The following is a true scary story, found on the subreddit Let's Not Meet. Before I begin this story, I would like to thank Kyle Dobson for his help on this video swap, as well as the collaboration we have been working on. I've had a lot of fun working with you, and I have to say, I really dig your voice, bro. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, and head over to my channel so you can catch the other videos that we have been working on together. And without any further ado, let's begin. This event requires a bit of backstory. In early 2014, my best friend Lily met a guy named Nathan at a nightclub through one of her friends from her college. She and Nathan hit it off instantly and were officially dating within a few weeks. It only took a few months for Lily to fall head over heels for this guy. Before long, she was even telling me that she thought he was the one. I was happy for her experiencing some good old college romance, and it eventually led to her losing her virginity to this guy. I really had no opinions on the guy, aside from what Lily had told me. From what I heard at first, he sounded like a really nice guy who just had a lot of bad stuff happen to him. This guy had some serious baggage. He had a poor background and lived with his grandmother. I can't remember if he ever told Lily about his parents. He had a 3-year-old son named Isaac, whose mother was a drug addict. Lily was so much in love with Nathan that she was willing to stick with him and help him with some of the drama. In spite of hearing so much about him, I only met him twice. Once when he was picking Lily up from work. We work at the same place. And second when... I'll get to that. Things first went downhill when Nathan broke up with Lily in September. He had recently become a rookie police officer and was moving to another city for more training. He told her that he would come back for her. Still, Lily was devastated by this. Unexpectedly, he was back in town within a month. This whole episode felt off to me. Lily and Nathan tried to start things up again, and things were starting to look up for them as a couple. That is, until Christmas rolled around. In something straight out of a soap opera, Lily broke up with Nathan on Christmas after finding out some damning information about him. After he broke up with Lily in September, he apparently went and slept with one of his cousins and got her pregnant. His cousin later had a miscarriage, and add to that, Nathan revealed that he had both chlamydia and genital herpes. He had known about it the entire time dating her, yet he had purposely not told her in order to have lots of unprotected sex. Lily got herself tested. Thankfully, she didn't contract chlamydia. Unfortunately, she tested positive for genital herpes. As you would expect, she was devastated by this and went through a brief period of depression. It quickly became apparent that Nathan was not at all the type of person Lily had first thought him to be. He was a sexist, a womanizer, a cheat, and a liar. He had had sex with multiple women, and just like Lily, he kept the information about his STDs a secret. He even tried to turn all of his friends against Lily, saying that she was the one who broke up with him. He even tried to drive Lily and Yasmina apart. Yasmina is the fiancée of one of Nathan's cousins, who was now really close friends with Lily. Lily didn't stand for this, and made sure the truth was known. She talked to Yasmina and her fiancé about it, and they eventually kicked Nathan out of their place. Word began to spread in Nathan's community about his wrongdoings, and even his backup girlfriend broke up with him. It wasn't long before Lily was taking self-defense and gun classes. Nathan knew where she lived, and obviously had some weapons training due to being a rookie police officer, a job he soon lost. She often told me that she was somewhat afraid of him, but mostly, she was furious. If he had ever tried to hurt her, I'm sure she would have blown his brains out. Anyway, my second and final encounter with Nathan was at the tail end of this drama earlier this year. My first encounter with Nathan had been brief, but afterwards, Lily had told me that Nathan had been initially jealous of me due to the fact that I was a close guy friend with Lily. We've been friends since we were toddlers, and that we had dated back during freshman year of high school. While our first encounter had been brief and under friendly terms, our second encounter was far from that. I had the morning shift at work that day, and had just ended my shift. It was early in the afternoon, so I was hurrying to my car to get out of the heat. As I walked to my car, I quickly noticed Nathan leaning against his car just a few rows away. As you can expect, I was furious upon seeing him, given all the crap he'd caused for my friend. I assumed that he was waiting for Lily or something. I only chuckled because I knew that Lily was on family vacation in Montana at the time. I decided not to confront him. I was always keen on listening to Lily and giving my 2 cents, but for the most part, I had been successful at staying away from this drama. Suddenly, Nathan turned in my direction and immediately stood up completely. He tapped on his car, and who I assumed was a friend stepped out. They began to power walk in my direction. Wasting no time, I jumped in my car, started the ignition, and pulled out of the parking spot. As I did, I heard a loud knock on the back of my car. I looked in the rearview mirror to see Nathan punching the back window in a feeble attempt to stop me. It didn't work, and I just kept going. I was almost out of the parking lot when I looked in my rearview mirror again to see his car speeding in my direction. I sped out of the parking lot with him right on my tail. He continued to follow me for several streets. There was no way I was heading home with him following. I ended up taking the craziest detour of my life, pulling on and off feeders, driving through parking lots, driving circles in neighborhoods. I did it all. Eventually, after about 25 minutes of driving, I lost him. I drove around for a little while afterwards, in order to make sure I had officially lost him. When I got home, I called Lily and told her everything. She thought about calling the police, but before we could decide whether or not to do so, Lily got a call from Yasmina, who had been spying on Nathan for Lily for quite some time. She learned that Nathan had apparently packed all his stuff up from where he was living and taken off. He was gone. To where? I don't know. I heard rumors about him wanting to go to New York City and Mexico, but those are only possibilities that I remember. All that matters is that now he's officially out of Lily's life. I'm not sure what would have happened if he would have caught me that day. Lily guesses that Nathan might have been trying to hurt me in order to get back at her. I'm just glad that I'm good enough driver to lose him. Otherwise, I don't want to think about what he could have done to me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Kyle Dobson's channel. Then make sure you head over to my channel so you can catch the other videos that Kyle and I worked on together. Once again, I'd like to give a big thank you to Kyle Dobson for featuring me on his channel. I hope to work with you again in the future. But until then, just remember, it's always scarier if it's true.